Evening wherever you guys are. I've had an interesting week actually. I just on a big shout out to Lauren and hello Lysiana, if you're free. I'll be happy to talk to you and join you into this equation shortly. I'll just wait for a few people to get on. Happy weekend for those of you who were celebrating your weekend. Yes. I've had a few people lately have some very unique experiences, and I think due to the ascension and a lot of us awakening, so to speak, we're sort of experiencing some different energies. Now, it can be that when our frequency is down, we are being affected by energies. So we do need to be very mindful of that. Very much being that we are very ungrounded at the moment and we've got so many chakra activations going on. A lot of us are experiencing different things. And I did mention this in the video last time that children are directly experiencing this situation. Now, I had a channeling I did with a client many years ago, and I've stumbled across a few synchronicities, and that is connected to assets as well. Hi, love. Hi. I miss you. Trouble. I'll give you some goss later. Okay, so those of you who have anything of an ancient matter, if you have any war kind of metals, I'd love to hear back from you, and I will be doing a video on that. And I'll basically, hi Kimberly, I'll basically give you a heads up connected to these metals, because I'm not joking. This last week has been very interesting. I always say there's interesting energies. No, this week has been super interesting. Now, those of you know I'm psychic. I have been since I was a child. And some of the things that I've experienced that I have shared on Facebook and a little bit on YouTube, but lately it's almost been that people have been coming to me for these direct reasons. Now, this has been connected to their children. It's also been connected to maybe some things that you might have experienced as a child, but then might be coming back. Visually speaking, hi Hardley, missing you. Be strong, lady, you know you can do it. So anyway, what I want to cover in this is if you guys have any war metals or any antiques in your home, or you've bought used furniture, you need to be aware of what you're bringing into your home. Now, being an empath early on, I have learnt very quickly over the years, well, very quickly, you need to be super cautious about what you bring into your home. Be that you're op shopping or thrift shopping, or you're buying furniture of a second-hand nature and you're bringing it in. That can be jewelry, that can be metals, especially war metals. Now, I've had 2 occurrences now where I've tuned into that energy, and I'm feeling a problem connected to these energies of that era. That's World War I and World War II. There's some energies from that time that have been connected inside these coins, so they may need cleansing, but you're going to have to be very, very careful about how you're cleansing the energy and how you're dealing with them. Also, being an empath, if you have any connection of being psychic, or psychic, I'd say more so, the empath aspect of self opens your ability to be able to channel. As children, you might have experienced situations that might have caused, clearing the apartment as well. But look, younger children are seeing things from a very different perspective. You would have as well. Now, the interesting thing is that the energy is actually handed down. Some of it is almost like, how can I describe it? And the only reason I've done research in this area is when I had trigger points within my gift in different situations, going and researching it has educated me to understand what's going on. Many children will end up having gifts if you physically have a gift. Many children of this new generation are more open and receptive to energies, especially during this ascension. We do need to be very, very careful with our energies, what we're bringing into the house. Now, it doesn't have to be of a 3D nature, okay? It can be you just don't even know it and your frequency's down. Frequency, chakra healing, chakra stones. You know, if you've been drinking alcohol, if you are overtired. That's your frequency, okay? Because if you're coming to a place where, and I usually, if I'm talking to a client and I'm trying to channel into an energy, I have done for a few people for YouTube of clients that have worked with me where I've tuned into the area, and now I can actually change my location, mentally speaking, with my third eye, and I can come to your home. That's the way my gift works. So you might have met me before. Asking me to address an area, I will sense energy within the house, and from your eyes of a past tense experience, I can start moving through your home to channel the energy, what the frequency is, high and low. But when I'm not there, you guys need to be doing this. Now, if your kids have been at school and, you know, they've had a crappy day or their frequency is down, you need to pay attention to their vibration. And the reason I'm saying this is because I've had a client come to me who is through a friend, and she has had an attachment happen. Now, with this attachment, what I'm trying to say is your children might say to you they're visually seeing things. You need to pay attention to their behaviour, number one. If their behaviour is out of sort, if their sleeping pattern has changed. Again, I did a video before, but I'm going to do a run through again with this video so that you can get an example of what you shouldn't and shouldn't do within your bedrooms. Empaths especially, and their children, because they will be experiencing this. Now, they might be of a different nature to the other children in the family. So if you're free, Luciana, we can talk about this, and I'll get you on Skype in a minute if you're free. If you're not, well, we'll have to do a video soon. So the children's behaviour is essential. Now, they may see, they may see things that is non-explainable, okay? That can be, and I generally know what these things are from experience, but some things will be through in cultural history, some things will be of a 3D nature of the shadow people. Now, they come in different forms. Get your children to draw a picture. Get your children to explain what they look like. Be cautious about what you're bringing into the house. And I mean, there's so much really in a sense of what you need to do. Now, on my website, if you cannot locate materials to ground you, protect you, I do have these products on my website. They've been there for ages. Yes, obviously, going through to US, the postage is high, but they are made particularly for this area. Being that I'm psychic, I protect myself. I'm going to create a small thumbnail under this video after, and I will provide some videos that you can listen to clear energies. So they're going to be anything from jinns, attachments, frequency changes within the house, what you can do to ground and clear yourself. Now, Luciana is experienced at clearing home, so I will get her on shortly. I can help you do those things remotely, and I can pick up on the energy. And if you explain to me what your child has seen or what you're physically seen, I can give you a heads up on that. Now, I'll walk you over here. I don't do things for nothing. I'm just saying, okay? Chakra bath salts. It's for all the chakras. Now, it's pointless going through and listening to a video and clearing energy. Number one is your frequency attaches situations, okay? So you could physically have an item that you bring into your house. That makes no difference. Where your frequency at dictates the energy that is going to transfer through this. Your mindset as well. So keeping your chakras balanced, having adequate sleep, using your house like it is a bubble. That bubble is to protect your energy frequency. What you listen to is very important, okay? So, oil burners, sandalwood, frankincense, and myrrh, okay? You need them. I put these in my house the whole time. Black candles, sandalwood, frankincense, and myrrh. Burn them, okay? You want them a bit more prettier? Again, same shit. Your crystals, amethyst, black onyx, chakra clearing, sage sticks, smudge sticks. I got bath salts that are, again, frankincense, sandalwood, and myrrh. Okay, they're going to and sage. They're gonna help detach it, but you need to do a number of things. Water, sleep, detach from negativity, meditate, clear your house. There's a bunch of things you need to do. Pay attention to what these things are. When you are psychic, when your children's eye is not, children tend to see things differently, right? When we are conditioned, which is the old paradigms, whatever you want to deem them as, we are told as children that what we're seeing is something that it's taboo. And it's more from our, yes, and definitely you need to be very firm and say go. But I'll get you on in a minute, Luciana. So the way our perception is as children is our filter's not there, right? So we're seeing things, we're energetically picking things up, right? So the way in which they're seeing things, by you saying to child, no, you know, what you're seeing's not there, doll, it doesn't make them trust in you that you are hearing what they're saying. And you should take it very seriously. Panicking is going to give it energy. You don't panic. You need to get yourself grounded, and there is a way in which you clear a home, okay, which I will go through and grab her on in a minute. But I've given my friend a hand remotely, but you need to be prepared and grounded to actually do that. And it is important to know what the thing is. Now, generally children that are empaths, that are picking up on that frequency, will really see a lot of the shadow people. Okay, so they're called the shadow people, the walkers, and it will be like, and it can come in different forms. So it will be like a black thing going up. I mean, when I was sleeping, when I was a child, they were in my room all the time. So it would be like a black figured man, basically a shadow. It looks like a dead person, basically, and it will flow up the roof and down and over. Again, you will sense the vibration of if it's something to be fed or something that's just there and it's just observing. There are some that are simply just observing. Then there are others which take on a more different form, and they can be looking like they're a bit more non-human, but they can have teeth and it can look black, a bit like in The Ring. That's about the only way I can describe it, where the hair is wet. Now, certain areas in your house will give you a cue of that. And again, as I said before, you can physically walk through the house and you will be picking up temperature changes. So you walking through the house and having that self-awareness, again, ground yourself, remove yourself, do some breathing exercises, take your shoes off, stand outside where you can actually get yourself grounded, smudge yourself first, take a breath, put your shoes back on and start walking through the home very gradually. But know that your intent is not to attack, it's there to assess initially. Now, you will pick up temperature changes. There might be an aroma. There may also be a dampness and energy within the room. And again, temperature changes, you'll pick those. Your children also will be very unsettled when they're sleeping. And this can affect you as well. If you're having a normal day and you're going and doing something, which is another friend has mentioned this today, and yes, the energy is increasing. So it's probably over the next few weeks, we do need to be very mindful. Again, remember, our third eye is opening at the moment, which is causing issues. We were having the throat chakra and the third eye activation. So that can actually cause addictions at the moment where it's super heightened and we're agitated. So notice a behavioral change in your children if they're excessively eating all of a sudden. You know, that can be something that's going on too. Especially with the third eye activation, where we're seeing things and to try and chop and decipher it is becoming problematic, but that is because our third eye is opening. Yeah, this has been childhood for me. Okay, so there is music you can listen to, which is a frequency to eradicate these things. The way this bedroom's set up, okay. Yes, it's boring and it's basic. That's because it's my spare room. Okay. If you were to have a full mirror across here, there's the bed. I'll come this way. This is the end of the bed, right? That's no. The feet and a mirror is no. You can't do that. Again, the bed, if your feet are facing out the window at that level, that's a no. You can't do that either. So try and avoid your children's feet or your bed facing out a door, out towards a window, or towards a mirrored surface. No cupboards either. If the cupboard's open, you need to close it. It is a boxed in space, but I would clear the energy in that section. Crystals within the room can help as well. And I've got to find where mine is. There it is. Excuse my bathroom. I'm sorry if it's echoey. I was going to wear this before I did. Basically, your black tourbillon, place some in the bedroom. Now, my bedroom, like I said, don't be sharing this video, peoples. Okay, mirror, window, right? Length of the bed. That, like I said, I sleep here, okay? I pretty much sleep smack in the middle. And that is because I have a TV that has a shiny surface. Now, being psychic, your energy portal is through your feet. And in old ways of doing things, you know, in the olden days, if somebody was to pass, they would take them out of the bedroom, feet first. Psychic portal through the feet, peeps. Okay, mirror. I have it at the end of my bed, but I have it across the bed. So my energy portal from my feet is not going to be impacted any. Are you getting my drift? Children's bunk beds. I would not go bunk beds. The energy under the bed changes in frequency, okay? So under the bed, I would place boxes, put their toys in it, fill that space. Put some chakra crystals under their bed and a black tourmaline in the bedroom, and that will neutralize the area. But again, walk the perimeter of the bedroom and try and pick up the temperature changes within the bedroom. You'd have to clear it first, though. And that's where we're going to go speak to the beautiful Luciana. I'm calling you, honey. That's if my bloody internet doesn't crack out. Let's see if I can get you. I was talking to Jen yesterday and my computer was driving her crazy. Psychics and technology, you will notice, and I'm really sorry to have to break this to you, you will fuse technology. It's just the way it goes. Okay. Are you free, Luciana? I'll just reconfirm. Okay, so we will do a video with you later about this if you're free. Is that okay, Luciana? No, why not? Are you scared? Okay, and oh, you're a dag. I'll be talking to you later, lady. Okay, so from... Hi, Laurie, how are you? Okay, in starting with clearing a house, that's okay, doll. In starting with clearing a house, try and do some meditation on the outside of the house first before you're starting. Assess the area. Again, as I said, stand outside. I would probably get grounded first. So this is the way I would do it. I will place a video up underneath that can discuss how you can do the clearing of the house, and it depends on the level of it. I mean, if you're feeling a very heavy energy, you would have to get a professional in. So you need to discern between can you handle it and can't you, but giving the situation energy is problematic. If you energetically in a frequency do not feel strong enough to clear it and you're feeling the energy is too heavy, you would physically need to get a professional in, and that's being deadly serious, no jokes aside. If you are wanting to clear it, open the home, as I said, do the assessment, then remove yourself again and meditate. Have your tools, be it smudge sticks, salts, you know, as I said, you can Google it. I generally go room by room. I go from the front and have the opening of the front door and the back door there. Cleanse yourself and start and go room by room, go through the windows, around the windows and white light it and ask no evil to reside in your home. Whatever you want to say, you go room by room. You go around the windows and around the perimeter and you go room by room and you clear the energy. You then remove yourself and you breathe and you close yourself off and get yourself grounded again. Mirrors need to be clean. Now, if you don't like cleaning, I really hate to break this to you, which I have this lovely friend, and I won't say names, I know who you are, and she was like, but I don't like cleaning. And I was like, well, certain things. She's clean, don't get me wrong, but certain things it's like, probably a masculine energy. What does the mirror need cleaning for? Your mirrors need cleaning, okay? Because energy and entities can tag into a kind of a mirrored surface. Certain people in the olden days used to scry on mirrors, meaning energies can actually stay inside that. Don't get to a point where you're super tired and you go gazing into some mirror, okay? Like Snow White or the friggin' stepmother, because it's going to physically, you can actually scry and you can bring energies through. So if you were drunk, I'm just saying, and you're going and standing up next to a mirror and it's been dirty, so the energy traps inside it because it can't bounce back and forward, right? You're gazing into that, it can actually travel. It can come through. So you need to keep your mirrors clean, your windows to neutralize that energy so the clear energy can flow in and out your home. That is very important. You might not deem it as important, but I'm telling you it's damn straight important. So clean your mirrors regularly and clean your windows. And I'm not saying do it every week. Mirrors, if you're using them all the time, I would at least do them once a month, but smudge them as well. And don't look into them gazingly like you're trying. It's more, when you're scrying, it's almost like you are going into a trance. So it's like you're daydreaming. So don't be doing that in a no mirror, okay? You be looking down in the sink. What's the other thing I needed to tell you guys? Okay, so there's the clearing of a person. Now, again, I would probably do the home first. You can still work on the child or person's energy. Again, with crystals, I would put chakra stones under their bed so that energetically that is helping align their frequency, but you need to clear them as well. So smudge them or wash them with salt water. You reactivate them by moonlight. Again, you can actually do that with washing the stones with salt water. And again, it is beneficial to have them of a full moon, clear and regenerate. And placing them under the bed is going to help to kind of pull the negativity out of that, where the energy is reignited, and it can help. I would use amethysts as well, because that is a very good clearing tool. I had a friend that used to use them quite often. And when you are changing in frequency and it's detoxifying you, I can tell you that crystal will actually go white. And that goes to show how much energy it's actually pulling out of you. And to recharge it, again, same principle, wash it. If it really has been nuked for 6, you're going to have to go and get another one. Where crystals are being used and they break, they've served a purpose, and you would need to get another one. That's the other thing I need to tell you guys. Okay, jinn, the good old jinn. Psychically speaking, when you are psychic, it will be handed down generation by generation. Yes, it can come about due to other external situations. We all have an aspect of it, although... yeah, well, they can do. They need regenerating, doll. Now, it's basically similar to a family curse, okay? So you have it. You have your third eye opened. But there's also something that comes with it, yin and yang, good and bad. So you can break a jinn curse. So, again, Google it. Shadow people, the jinn. There's a couple of other ones. But don't try and give it energy. If you have a presence in your room, or your child has a presence in your room, you're going to have to be very firm with your energy, and you're going to have to tell them to go. Now, as a child, I would see these things, and that I was very firm with it. I would also come to a place where reading people, I generally will have my back to a solid wall. Now, I had a channeling the other day that I worked with a particular person, but I won't say it unless they want to put their hand up and said, yes, we did. But she's psychic, and you will have certain times where you're tuning into people, and that's even just as a normal person. Hi, Wendy. And energy of negative situations can jump. Now, suppose I'll mention the first channeling I had. This was easy 10 years ago. Now, my first experience with something similar to this was... this person had called me, and they were talking about the fact that their son was experiencing terrors Night terrors, furniture moving around the house, energetic attacks, etc. Now, we hear and we watch videos and we're thinking, yeah, until it's happening to you and you're going, this actually is really real. How am I going to deal with this? Now, be it you do or don't believe it, when it happens, you bloody do believe it. Now, the reality was these coins had been handed down to this boy who he had them from being a teenager through to he was in his 30s when I was reading for him, and it was his mother that contacted me, and she says, look, it's getting bad. He was getting scratches on his body. Yeah. He was actually having furniture move around the room. Now, we won't tune into that because that's giving it too much energy. The coins directly were a link to the situation. Now, when I tried to remove them, it did become heightened, but it diminished. So be cautious with any war memorial coins at the minute, I'm feeling, and I do feel this is quite important. And I know that's no disrespect to that era. I don't know what energy it is, but around the time of World War II, there is a very heavy energy around those coins. Now, what those people experienced, the energy would have transferred to an element. Now, unless they're cleansed correctly, it's a bit like opening Pandora's box. That's the only way I can describe it. Be very, very careful with these coins, because where your frequency is going to dictate how you will cope with that energy. So I wouldn't keep them on you. I wouldn't wear them as a token. I would very much keep them away from your room and perhaps in a safe, and that's what I suggested for this person to do. They did clear them and cleanse them, but the energy still remains very strongly. And it was funny because even my auntie as a child, she was quite psychic. She actually got rid of my grandfather's medals, and I didn't put two and two together. But there's just been too many people coming through with stories connected to their war medals, that I'm starting to see there's a synchronicity coming through. Furniture as well around that era, or any era, you will feel the vibration of that furniture, and you do need to be very mindful of bringing that energy into your home. You still can. Hi, Stella. You still can, but the clearing of it and keeping your frequency in the home is important. So weekly, I would say, and depending, if you have a new visitor that's come into the house, I would clear the frequency, and you can just use like a sandalwood stick, an incense stick, and you just burn it in the house to the core of the house, and it'll dissipate the energy. Open the front and the back, and it'll naturally do its work. You've got other days where, when you're doing the full-blown clearing, same principle as what I've said, clear the house, and it can be, you're just going through, protecting yourself, wearing a crystal while you're doing it perhaps, and then getting to a place where you can use clearing music to change the frequency in the home, and salt at the front door. That way, if anyone has a negative intent towards you, they will feel uncomfortable coming into your home. And that's going to try and white light. And that's another thing you can do, is white light, or picture a rainbow light around people that you're concerned of. I generally listen to a few things, which again, any salt in general, the energy they won't be able to stay in there. But if you're coming home from work and you've had a shitty day and your frequency's low, smudge yourself before you walk in the house. I'm just saying, just leave a couple of incense sticks at the front door, burn it up, and then go and have a shower. Go and have a shower and wash that off you, so that you're not letting that energy come in your house. And you'll know when the energy's down. You'll be in the house, and it can actually cause, with your frequency being down, you might get the flu more often. Coughs or colds. You might get very tired. Your appetite can change. It will feel heavy in the home. There might be more fights happening all of a sudden. That's an indication that the frequency in the house, and it's almost like a build-up. So your weekly matter is coming with you of an external nature onto you and traveling into the house. So to neutralize that is quite important, so that you're not then projecting and absorbing that in. Dampness in rooms will be an indication as well. Sorry, I heard something then. Okay, when you are using any of these meditation related techniques, as well as smudge sticks, as well as crystals, where a person feels they may have something, you need to be wary of their behavior. Now, if their behavior changes where they're finding complete amusement in it, pay attention to that amusement. That can be attention after. If the child is just immature and they're young and they're like trying to, like that nervous giggle, that's normal. That's completely normal. If this becomes almost like a narcissistic kind of demeanor, you need to pay attention to that. And again, you would need to get a professional. I mean, you can try using the techniques I've told you, but you would physically need to have a person come in and actually help you with that domain. The ascension aspect of what we're going through at the moment, we may be feeling a lot more hungry. Our third eye, we might be getting headaches, extreme thirst, mood swings up and down and really not knowing whether we're coming or going. Dove feathers. Well, yes, I do need to do a... How do I put it? A lot of us at the moment as twins, very separate to this video, is well, basically, if you find a feather, they're wanting you to meditate in general. So they're wanting you to think, they're wanting you to meditate on pure thoughts because it's white, and it is saying that your angels and your guides are with you. So it's not bad. Doves are usually connected to a separate aspect, very separate to twins, but including twins in a twin flame journey. So a lot of us at the moment in the twin flame journey are seeing a lot of birds, and it is a sign, but I will be doing a separate video for that so that we don't muck up the, hey, let's just clear the house technique. So are we having any other experiences that you guys want to talk to me about? And again, under this video, I will save it in a folder and I will put some clearing music. Hi, Giggle. I'll put some clearing music in there for attachments, for clearing house. Do your chakra alignment, wear crystals. And then just, yeah. Mice. Is nicer hex. Snakes are connected to the Kundalini awakening. I haven't been too bad, Giggle. I've been very busy actually, so yeah, so just Kasha, try and keep your house very clear. I mean, a lot of people would go, like, that's not real. Look, I physically have had my feet ripped off the bed. You may have other experiences, and they're all different energies. They all do different things, okay? You can have ones that are pressing on your chest where you're physically to the point where you cannot physically move. Again, we give these things energy, so we need to keep our energy very grounded. It's not just the white lighting, it's the chakras, it's, the crystals, it's also your frequency and your mindset. And if you've been around negative people, you need to detox. Yeah, sage crystals. Just type in Google, psychic protection stones. I'm not feeling the snakes at the moment are bad luck. I do feel that, again, another video. Okay, have you ever watched not the Lord of the Rings? Although I'm feeling an era of that. With the snakes, when you see the Never-Ending Story, there is a snake on the cover of the book in the Never-Ending Story. And there is the two sphinxes, which is almost like the Lionsgate portal. They're signs that something's changing. So I've been saying it too. Cool. Yeah. They are very important. But don't give it energy. If you're tuning into something and making it bigger than it is, you're actually giving it more energy than necessary, and you can manifest it. No, not necessarily. Hey Antonella, how are you? But I will say that when I did channel for that client that was having issues, and that was with the actual, yeah, that's true, getting rid of the negative energies with the black crystals. But you've got to be careful because some of them can actually attract your psychic gift more so. So be careful which one you're picking. During this channeling for this client, you can have the energies transfer through to you. So try not to tune into it, because even if you're trying to help someone, you can directly channel into the energy, and it can then, it's almost like seeing a dead person. If they know you can see them and you're sleeping, it's this acknowledgement telepathically, you can see me, I have a message that I want you to give. That's both sides of the fence, guys, so be super careful. So don't give things energy that don't deserve it. Because this situation, when I was tuning into it, it went from the person through the phone, and I could physically feel a very heavy weight. And on your spine, if you are picking up on energies, which you've got to clear yourself, you know, really ground yourself, your back will bubble to a point you will feel manipulation of the spine going down the spine. And that's when the energy is transferred, and you need to shut it out and tell it to go. And you need to stop channeling. You need to... It depends on how strong you are. You need to be very strong to be able to handle that. So you need to be disconcerting when it comes to if you are seeing spirits next to you at night time, whether your frequency is aligned correctly to be able to be doing that channeling work. Yes, it is, but even tuning in and getting paranoid about the aspect of jealousy is giving it energy. So just, it's not. It's not. It's ego related. But yes, there can be, there still is the aspect of black magic that some people have been experiencing. So again, I will place videos under this in a folder that if you feel that to you or another person that is being done, you can meditate on the person in particular, and you can picture them in a rainbow light, but you can also send the energy telepathically through to that physical person remotely. But you need to get yourself grounded before you do that. So crystals, suit up like you're going to war, and then meditate on that frequency, tune into them first, press it, and then you're channeling that energy directly to that person. Yeah, it's latching on. So but look, psychics will receive that, and that's the problem. You'll be out in public. If you've had a bad date, you've been drinking, or you're tired, things latch on, and it's normal. It is very normal. It happens all the time. It's how to get rid of it.